Good day. Today is a great day. I came from that kind of a church, which is the first Presbyterian church of Havana, of Cuba, here in Cuba, since it was built last century, 1919, I think. Anyway, and I was finally accepted. I am really happy because I feel I was inspired by God to go back there, even though I had been rejected recently, and in some years later by someone who had been there, taken by her own parents, who were personalities inside that institution here in my land. So I've been gladly accepted, and it was thanks to God's willings, because I was praying finally to God again, like when I was younger, and I was suddenly accepted, and I was welcomed by a lot of people. His members there, and it was completely different what happened in the end. So I'm really happy, and I am feeling thankful, really thankful, because I felt peace. I must say that I had visited many places, institutions in the past, trying to find my way. Typically the Catholic Church, thanks to the huge influence of the Spanish culture in this country, in this Spanish-speaking country. So I, as a teacher, as a believer, I went there, and what I found that was my place. Yeah, I felt the God's voice inside there, the God's voice taking me there, and even my mom, who is also a believer in God as well, she also prayed God. I'm talking about that because I'm 54, but she was praying God. That's what I was going to say, in order to decide that I could be happy if that was my path. So I am finally happy because I could be widely accepted, not only by them but also by God. So whatever could be that barrier is no longer existing there in there by that person who was perhaps overprotecting that place by saying to me no, I know that it was not possible, that turning me down, even though my references as a teacher as well. So I have come here in order to say that I said the last video was going to be the last one, but I must be emphatic. I am really happy, because finally I could be inside that place where I feel God's voice, and I'm feeling represented. A lot of people who are elderly people, and I'm all 54. I am young, but not that young like before. And I felt I was at home. I recently lost my father, who was a great man. He was a great man to my family, to my daughter, to my granddaughter, even to my mom, who, taking into account his huge humanist and great example he left to us and to me as a son, his only son. So when I lost my father, I had been sad, and I had been trying. I was God who came to me to rescue me and set me there. Not only because I am a professional English language teacher and translator and even interpreter and even to God in other times, but it's because of God took me there in order to find some peace. That peace that you only feel when you are in the presence of God. And some people who I don't know, it was different. It was a church that completely different. The Presbyterian church in Havana. And I lost my father, but I gained God's Father's company there. Even God is providing probably peace to my dad in heaven. So I got and I gained our Father's company there, our Holy Father company there, and that means God to us. God Father, Jesus Christ as well. And I felt it there. I felt peace, and I'm going to go there every now and then. And I could declare myself, from now on, at least a Christian. Yeah, why not? I was a Christian before, but I have my doubts. Even though I was a Christian, I was always praying to God Father, and the way I was I was trained by my own family, my mom, my grandmother especially. And even though that, for the first time in my life, I am feeling now again the call that was always inside me, trying to go to many places, trying to find my path. I would declare myself a moderate Christian. Yeah, no, those kind of people who needs to express themselves openly, and that means showing off sometimes, or showing their expression in a very too intense way. I am 54, but I am feeling happy because my peace, the sense of peace I felt there, and that means a mutual faith church inside that place was unbelievable. It was unbelievable, and I felt great. I'm gonna try to take my mom there, which needs peace too, and only the presence of God will feel that peace. Even though our local beliefs, which in Cuba there is an intensive for Cuban religion, which I do not despise. I do not despise other religions either. If they exist, God allow them to exist. But at least I am taking this path. I mean, it's a path when I felt the voice the voice from God, and where God responds. There were other paths in my life I was calling, and there was no really good answer, so intense answer like yesterday. I suddenly could not stop being myself. I mean myself in terms of being a really moderate and sometimes intense Christian inside me. But I could not stop myself from going there, because it wasn't me. Even my legs were taken there. It was God. God was saying, I am your father, you lost your father, but I am your father, and also your father. And I am the father of your father, and the father of your ancestors as well. So that's the point, and that's my testimony today, and my advice for many people. Well, whether you can be an English language teacher or not, whether you can be a scientist or a worker, like I've been a worker too, working for the construction as well, construction sector in the past too, and doing many things at the same time. Or whether you could be in the third world nation where I live, or in a first nation. This is my testimony for you, for all of you. I am 54, and I found my path today. I still can't believe it. I felt happiness and a great source of happiness. At least in this kind of church. You could feel in another kind of church or wherever you live. But that's important. Sometimes you need some time to watch. In my case, I took too much time, but at least I am now accompanied and protected by the Father, Holy Father, and Jesus Christ as well. God bless you all, and thanks for and excuse me for my last testimony. I was sad that day, because sometimes the evil, sometimes the evil enters in the churches as well, or the misunderstanding perhaps. Okay. Anyway, take care, and thank you for your patience to listen to my testimony. And God bless you all. And I'm in the same way, I'm feeling blessed from now on. Thank you.